Once upon a time, in a small town, there was a girl named Emily. She was 10 years old and loved Christmas. Every year, Emily and her family decorated their house with bright lights and colorful ornaments. They had a big Christmas tree in their living room. The tree was tall and beautiful, with shiny decorations and a star on top. Emily's favorite part of Christmas was the joy it brought to everyone. The streets were filled with people singing carols, and children laughed as they built snowmen and had snowball fights. Emily loved to watch the snow fall from her window. It was like a magical blanket covering the town. One day, while walking home from school, Emily saw a sign in the window of a small store. It said, "Christmas Wishes." Emily was curious and went inside. The shop was full of toys, gifts, and decorations. A kind old man greeted her. He wore a red suit and had a long white beard. "Hello, Emily. Welcome to my shop," he said with a smile. "I can help you make a Christmas wish." Emily's eyes lit up with excitement. "Really? Can I wish for anything?" she asked. "Yes, but remember, the best wishes come from the heart," the old man replied. Emily thought carefully. She wanted to wish for something special. After a moment, she said, "I wish for everyone to feel happy and loved this Christmas." The old man smiled widely. "That is a beautiful wish, Emily. I will make it come true." He waved his hand, and suddenly, the shop was filled with sparkling lights. The toys danced, and the decorations glowed brighter. "Thank you," Emily exclaimed. She felt a warm glow in her heart. The old man gave her a small bell and said, "This bell will remind you of your wish. Whenever you hear it, remember to spread love and joy." Emily took the bell and promised to share her happiness with others. As she walked home, she jingled the bell and smiled. She wanted to help everyone feel the magic of Christmas. On Christmas Eve, Emily and her family prepared a big dinner. They invited their friends and neighbors. The house was full of laughter, delicious food, and warm hugs. Emily shared her wish with everyone. She encouraged everyone to spread kindness and joy. That night, as they sat around the tree, Emily rang the bell. The sound filled the room, and everyone felt a wave of happiness. They shared stories, sang songs, and exchanged gifts. When Christmas morning came, Emily woke up early. She ran to the living room to see the tree. There were gifts for everyone, but the best gift was the love they shared. From that day on, every Christmas, Emily rang the bell to remind everyone to spread joy and love. The small town became a place full of kindness, and everyone looked forward to the magic of Christmas every year. As the years went by, Emily grew older, but the magic of Christmas never left her heart. Each December, she looked forward to ringing the bell and spreading joy in her community. With every Christmas, her wish became more powerful. One year, when Emily was now a teenager, she decided to do something special. She wanted to make sure everyone in her town felt the magic of Christmas, especially those who were lonely or in need. Emily gathered her friends and shared her idea. "Let's have a Christmas party for everyone. We can invite all the families, especially those who may not have anyone to celebrate with," she suggested. Her friends loved the idea and began to help her plan. They organized a big celebration at the local community center. They decorated the hall with beautiful lights, made festive treats, and planned fun games for everyone. Emily was excited and worked hard to make the party a success. On the day of the party, the community center was buzzing with activity. Families arrived and children ran around, laughing and playing. The smell of cookies and hot cocoa filled the air. Emily felt proud as she watched everyone enjoying themselves. Suddenly, she noticed an elderly woman sitting alone in a corner. Emily remembered how important it was to include everyone, so she approached her with a warm smile. "Hello, would you like to join us? We have lots of fun activities and treats," Emily asked. The woman looked up and smiled softly. "Thank you, dear. I would love to." Emily took her hand and led her to the main area, where everyone was dancing and singing Christmas carols. As the party continued, Emily rang the bell she had received years ago. The sound was magical, echoing through the hall. People stopped what they were doing and listened. Emily stood up and said, "This bell reminds us to spread love and joy. Let's all share something special about Christmas." One by one, people shared their favorite memories, traditions, and what Christmas meant to them. Some talked about their families, while others shared stories of kindness from strangers. the room filled with laughter and happy tears. Emily felt the warmth of community surrounding her. As the night went on, Emily noticed the elderly woman smiling and talking to other guests. She felt joy in her heart, knowing she had helped someone feel included. Emily realized that the true magic of Christmas was not just in the decorations or gifts, but in the love and connection shared among people. After the party, Emily and her friends received many thank you notes from attendees. They were happy to hear how much everyone enjoyed the event. Inspired by the success, Emily decided to make the Christmas party an annual tradition. Each year, they would invite more people, spreading kindness and love throughout the town. The next Christmas, Emily came up with another idea. Let's not only have a party, but let's also give back to those in need. We can collect food and gifts for families who are struggling, she suggested to her friends. They all agreed and began working hard to gather donations from the community. On the night of the party, they set up a donation station where people could drop off non-perishable food items and toys. Emily was amazed by how generous everyone was. By the end of the night, they had collected enough to help many families in need. As the years passed, the Christmas party grew larger and more beautiful. Emily saw her small town transform into a place where love and kindness thrived. People looked forward to the event each year, and the spirit of giving spread far beyond their town. Emily felt grateful for the old man's gift and the power of her wish. One Christmas Eve, Emily found herself reflecting on her journey. She sat by the Christmas tree, thinking about how one small wish had changed her life and the lives of so many others. She held the bell tightly and whispered, "Thank you for the magic of Christmas." That night, she made a new wish. May the spirit of Christmas live in our hearts all year round. With that, Emily drifted off to sleep, dreaming of the joy that awaited her in the coming Christmas celebrations. And so, Emily's story continued, reminding everyone that the true spirit of Christmas lies in love, community, and the magic of giving. Every year, the sound of the bell echoed through the town, bringing smiles and warmth to all. As Emily grew into adulthood, the annual Christmas party became a cherished tradition, not just in her small town, but in neighboring villages as well. People would travel from far and wide to be part of the celebration, drawn by the warmth and love that Emily and her friends brought to the event. Every year, Emily continued to ring the magical bell, and each time it filled the hearts of everyone around her with joy. One winter, just days before Christmas, a heavy snowstorm hit the town. The roads were covered in thick snow, and many families were worried they wouldn't be able to make it to the Christmas party. Emily, however, didn't lose hope. She gathered her friends and said, "The magic of Christmas is stronger than any storm. Let's find a way to bring the celebration to everyone, no matter what." With that, Emily and her friends set out to deliver Christmas joy directly to the homes of those who couldn't attend the party. They bundled up in warm coats, loaded sleighs with food, gifts, and decorations, and set off through the snowy streets. As they went from house to house, they sang Christmas carols, bringing smiles to the faces of everyone they met. At one home, they found a family of 4, a mother, father, and 2 young children who had recently moved to the town. The family didn't know many people and had been feeling lonely since they didn't have friends to celebrate with. Emily and her friends knocked on their door and greeted them with bright smiles. "Merry Christmas. We brought some treats and gifts for you," Emily said, handing them a basket filled with cookies, toys, and a small Christmas tree. The family was overjoyed. The children's eyes sparkled as they opened their gifts, and the parents couldn't stop thanking Emily and her friends. "We didn't expect such kindness from strangers," the mother said with tears in her eyes. "This is the best Christmas we've ever had." Emily smiled warmly. "You're not strangers anymore. You're part of our community now, and we're happy to have you." As they continued through the town, Emily noticed that even in the worst of weather, the magic of Christmas was unstoppable. By the end of the night, they had visited every house, bringing joy and laughter wherever they went. The storm that had once seemed so terrible now felt like a blessing in disguise, as it had brought everyone even closer together. That evening, as Emily sat by her fire, exhausted but happy, she heard a knock on her door. When she opened it, she saw the elderly woman she had met years ago at the first Christmas party. Her name was Mrs. Harper, and over the years she and Emily had become close friends. "I've come to thank you," Mrs. Harper said, her voice soft but full of emotion. "For all these years, you've brought so much joy to so many people. You've truly become the heart of Christmas in this town." Emily blushed, feeling shy at the praise. "I just wanted to spread the happiness I felt as a child," she said. "The magic of Christmas was always so special to me, and I wanted everyone to feel it." "Mrs. Spez," Harper nodded and smiled. "And they do, but there's something I want to give you in return." From her bag, she pulled out a small, intricately carved wooden box. "This was given to me many years ago by someone very special. It's a gift that has brought me luck and happiness, and now I want you to have it." Emily opened the box and inside found a beautiful silver snowflake pendant. It shimmered like fresh snow under the moonlight. "It's lovely," Emily whispered, touched by the gift. "Wear it, and whenever you feel lost or unsure, remember that you are the heart of this community," Mrs. Harper said. "Your kindness has changed so many lives, including mine." Emily thanked her with a warm hug, feeling a deep connection to Mrs. Harper. She knew that the pendant was more than just a piece of jewelry. It was a symbol of the love and magic she had worked so hard to share with others. At one home, they found a family of four, a mother, father, and two young children who had recently moved to the town. The family didn't know many people and had been feeling lonely since they didn't have friends to celebrate with. Emily and her friends knocked on their door and greeted them with bright smiles. "Merry Christmas. We brought some treats and gifts for you," Emily said, handing them a basket filled with cookies, toys, and a small Christmas tree. The family was overjoyed. The children's eyes sparkled as they opened their gifts, and the parents couldn't stop thanking Emily and her friends. "We didn't expect such kindness from strangers," the mother said with tears in her eyes. "This is the best Christmas we've ever had." Emily smiled warmly. "You're not strangers anymore. You're part of our community now, and we're happy to have you." As they continued through the town, Emily noticed that even in the worst of weather, the magic of Christmas was unstoppable. By the end of the night, they had visited every house, bringing joy and laughter wherever they went. The storm that had once seemed so terrible now felt like a blessing in disguise, as it had brought everyone even closer together. That evening, as Emily sat by her fire, exhausted but happy, she heard a knock on her door. When she opened it, she saw the elderly woman she had met years ago at the first Christmas party. Her name was Mrs. Harper, and over the years she and Emily had become close friends. "I've come to thank you," Mrs. Harper said, her voice soft but full of emotion. "For all these years, you've brought so much joy to so many people. You've truly become the heart of Christmas in this town." Emily blushed, feeling shy at the praise. "I just wanted to spread the happiness I felt as a child," she said. "The magic of Christmas was always so special to me, and I wanted everyone to feel it." "Mrs. Spez," Harper nodded and smiled. "And they do, but there's something I want to give you in return." From her bag, she pulled out a small, intricately carved wooden box. "This was given to me many years ago by someone very special. It's a gift that has brought me luck and happiness, and now I want you to have it." Emily opened the box and inside found a beautiful silver snowflake pendant. It shimmered like fresh snow under the moonlight. "It's lovely," Emily whispered, touched by the gift. "Wear it, and whenever you feel lost or unsure, remember that you are the heart of this community," Mrs. Harper said. "Your kindness has changed so many lives, including mine." Emily thanked her with a warm hug, feeling a deep connection to Mrs. Harper. She knew that the pendant was more than just a piece of jewelry. It was a symbol of the love and magic she had worked so hard to share with others. One cold evening, Emily called a meeting with her closest friends and the young children who had been helping her organize the parties over the past few years. These children, now teenagers, had grown up attending the magical Christmas gatherings, and Emily trusted that they would carry on the traditions. "My dear friends," Emily began, her voice soft but steady, "I have a special request for you. As you know, I won't always be here to organize the Christmas party. I've been blessed to see how much joy this celebration has brought to our town. but it's time to pass on the responsibility. The magic of Christmas doesn't belong to just one person, it belongs to everyone. The room fell silent as her words sunk in. The children, now young adults, looked at each other, a mixture of excitement and responsibility in their eyes. One of them, a young girl named Lily, stepped forward. She had always admired Emily and had been inspired by her kindness. "We'll do it, Emily. We'll carry on the tradition, just as you've taught us," she promised. Emily smiled, her heart swelling with pride. "Thank you, Lily, and all of you. I know you will make the magic even brighter. But remember, it's not just about the party or the decorations. It's about spreading love, kindness, and joy to everyone you meet. That's the real magic of Christmas." The next day, Lily and her friends set to work, planning that year's Christmas party with more enthusiasm than ever. They wanted to make sure it lived up to the standard Emily had set over the years. They decorated the town square with twinkling lights, set up a hot cocoa stand, and organized a gift exchange for the children. They even created a special tribute to Emily, knowing that she had been the guiding light for their town for so long. On Christmas Eve, as the party began, the town was alive with excitement. Families gathered around the large Christmas tree in the square, which was adorned with the most beautiful ornaments and a glowing star on top. The air was filled with the scent of gingerbread and pine, and carols could be heard from every corner. Emily, now in her late years, sat by the tree with a warm blanket over her lap, watching with pride as the younger generation took charge of the festivities. The townspeople made sure to visit her, one by one, to express their gratitude for the many years of Christmas magic she had given them. Lily approached Emily with a small box in her hands. "We wanted to give you something special this year," she said with a smile. Inside the box was a silver bell, a replica of the one Emily had cherished for so many years. "We know how much your bell means to you, and we wanted to make sure that its sound continues to remind us all of what Christmas really means." Tears welled up in Emily's eyes as she took the bell from Lily's hands. It jingled softly, its sound pure and sweet, just like the original. "Thank you, Lily. This means more to me than you'll ever know," Emily said, her voice filled with emotion. She felt the weight of the moment, the passing of the torch to a new generation that would continue to keep the spirit of Christmas alive. As the night grew darker and the stars twinkled above, the children gathered around Emily to sing Christmas carols. Their voices were soft but full of love, and Emily felt at peace, knowing that her wish had come true. The magic of Christmas would never fade because it lived on in the hearts of the people she had inspired. The years passed, and Emily's health slowly began to fade. One cold December morning, she passed away peacefully in her sleep, with the silver bell resting beside her. The town mourned her loss deeply, but they also knew that her legacy would live on forever. That Christmas, Lily and her friends made sure the party was the biggest and brightest the town had ever seen. They rang the bell in Emily's honor, and its sound echoed through the town, filling everyone with a sense of warmth and love. As the snow fell gently on the town that night, the people gathered around the Christmas tree, just as they had every year. And though Emily was no longer with them, they could still feel her presence. The bell rang out once more, and in their hearts, they knew that Emily's wish, the wish for kindness, love, and the true magic of Christmas, would live on forever. Years turned into decades, and the town continued to celebrate Christmas with the same joy and warmth that Emily had brought to them so many years ago. The annual Christmas party grew into a grand festival, with visitors from all over coming to experience the magic. But even as the celebration grew, the true spirit of Christmas, love, kindness, and community, remained at its core. Lily, now much older, stood by the Christmas tree, watching as children ran around, laughing and playing in the snow. She wore the silver bell around her neck, just as Emily had, and every Christmas Eve she rang it to remind everyone of the power of love and generosity. And though Emily was gone, her story lived on in the hearts of those who had known her. Her small wish, made so many years ago in a magical shop, had created a ripple effect that touched the lives of countless people. The magic of Christmas, it seemed, would never fade. It would live on, pass from one generation to the next, as long as there were people willing to spread kindness, love, and joy.